See, that is the problem. Who is willing to call it out? Who cares if you're a Democrat if the person that you voted for is running the country into hell and there are other Americans suffering? Who cares about your political alliance?
Who hath a secret fourfold name? It is do what thou wilt. 4 words, not one, many, all. Thou child, the name is holy. The kingdom is come, the will is done. Here is the bread, here is the blood.
People are fit enough to come knock on your door and challenge.
Bring us through temptation, deliver us from good and evil. That mine is thine be the crown of the kingdom, even now.
Excuse me, James, this is President Trump. I want to read a poem when you finish. Put me in your queue, and God bless you all.
You are definitely
King, I just want to say thank you so much for your share. Beautifully articulated, well received. You know, I can feel, I know you said something about emotions. However, I can just feel what you said. I envision what you said.
Who hath a secret fourfold name? It is do what thou wilt. 4 words, not one, many, all. Thou child, the name is holy, the kingdom is come, the will is done. Here is the bread, here is the blood. Bring us through temptation, deliver us from good and evil. That mine is thine be the crown of the kingdom, even now. These 10 words are for the name of the one. Who hath a secret fourfold name? It is do what thou wilt. 4 words, not one, many, all. Thou child, the name is holy, the kingdom is come, the will is done. Here is the bread, here is the blood. Bring us through temptation, deliver us from good and evil. That mine is thine be the crown of the kingdom, even now. These 10 words are for the name of the one. Who hath a secret fourfold name? It is do what thou wilt. 4 words, not one, many, all. Thou child, the name is holy, the kingdom is come, the will is done. Here is the bread, here is the blood. Bring us through temptation, deliver us from good and evil. That mine is thine be the crown of the kingdom, even now. These 10 words are for the name of the one.
Cynthia, this is Donald Trump. I just want to interrupt you and let people in this room know that people don't know this about me or you, but I used to work for you. And you were the best manager I ever had, and I love you, and I loved working with you, and you were the greatest person I've ever worked with. You were the sweetest. I love you, Cynthia.
Or hath a secret fourfold name, it is do what thou wilt. 4 words, not one, many, all. Thou child, thy name is holy, the kingdom is come, thy will is done. Here is the bread, here is the blood. Bring us through temptation, deliver us from good and evil. That mine is thine be the crown of the kingdom, even now. Abrahadabra. These 10 words are for the name of the one. Or hath a secret fourfold name, it is do what thou wilt. 4 words, not one, many, all. Thou child, thy name is holy, the kingdom is come, thy will is done. Here is the bread, here is the blood. Bring us through temptation, deliver us from good and evil. That mine is thine be the crown of the kingdom, even now. Abrahadabra. These 10 words are for the name of the one. Or hath a secret fourfold name, it is do what thou wilt. 4 words, not one, many, all. Thou child, thy name is holy, the kingdom is come, thy will is done. Here is the bread, here is the blood. Bring us through temptation, deliver us from good and evil. That mine is thine be the crown of the kingdom, even now. Abrahadabra. These 10 words are for the name of the one. Or hath a secret fourfold name, it is do what thou wilt. 4 words, not one, many, all. Thou child, thy name is holy, the kingdom is come, thy will is done. Here is the bread, here is the blood. Bring us through temptation, deliver us from good and evil. That mine is thine be the crown of the kingdom, even now.
Designers, artists, political strategists, marketing majors.
Augustus, this is Donald Trump. If I may, I want to interrupt you and say I want to support Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I believe in my heart that if I am assassinated again and they blow my fucking brains out, I hope it doesn't happen, Rabbana Shalom. But if it does, because the deep state's very deep and we know they want to kill me now. Trans figurine, somebody named Michael Crooks, some secret lesbian CIA, Secret Service Dyko bitch tried to blow my fucking brains out. I gotta be honest. The point is, I want to endorse Robert F. Kennedy Jr. for president. If I die, may Robert F. Kennedy pick up my fucking blonde toupee, my red tie, America in love and peace. I am complete. I hope I was succinct.
See, even through the trolls,
I just want to say,
on point.
yeah, I just want to say one thing. You know, a vote for Donald Trump is a vote for J.D. Vance, the CIA candidate.
See what I'm talking about?
Skull and bones, man, through and through. Skull and bones.
That's why you went up.
Skull and bones, I tell you. Say it out loud, everyone. I don't work for Skull and Bones. They work for me. I'm a free man. I vote for Kennedy. Free us from this Skull and Bones control once and for all. Smash the Skull and Bones into a million pieces and shatter them like crystal stars in the sky. Not scars, but stars. Let's shatter them once and for all, my fellow Americans.
So it's like a magic card game. You know, when you see those guys that are like when you're a tourist and they're out hustling, they got the card and they got the 3 tucks, right? And they shuffle it up and they want you to pick where the card is, right? I wanted to show you how the parable, how the Most High works through these candidates. See, he leaves his fingerprint right on the candidate that he wants. It does not matter if you have voted for that candidate or if you have actually aligned in with the wrong one. This is why the Most High gives you free will. That is a fact. This is why there is only one person that has had their name inside of this race who has been blackballed, who has been completely, I mean, they have dumped on this man. And it is not a surprise when I can see what they did to this man's child, father, and his uncle. Like, it's not a surprise to me that they are trying to bury RFK Jr. Understand this. And let's get this out of the way, because this is the elephant in the room. They are playing Game of Thrones style of Gestapo tactics, and they're using the American people's psyche as their test tool. Let me show you how this works. See, Donald Trump right now, he wants to solidify his position because he knows that the other party / clan / houses, they have aligned against him and his comrades in the background. So what is happening is, over the top like a fake assassination. Demonic cracks. Look how the Democrats are working. See, there's no
I'm trying to think of the.
So what they do is, when we align ourselves with the wrong fucking party, we get the curses of that party. So they use our community for sacrifices. Alton Sterling, Trayvon Martin. Now we've got Miss Massey, Sandra Bland. Pay attention. They get so mad at James King on this app because they feel like I talk down to people. My voice isn't heard. I didn't come for everybody.
You're right, King James. It's human sacrifices they demand. They're a bunch of Satanists.
Listen. I have followed this political system, the money system, into a rabbit hole that only leads me into the occult. And when I have been led into the occult, let me show you how these people play in your face. Now, the police officer that was sent to Miss Massey's house, what you don't know is his arm and his back are full of tattoos. I took those tattoos. I have them saved in a link. I'm going to send those to Make It Pop. Why is that? Because I know that Make It Pop knows more about demonology, signs, tattoos, witchcraft, and etc., then 99% of this application. See, this is how the Most High works. And I know when I send this to make it pop, I'm going to be told that this cop is a Satanist. He's a warlock. He's in a covenant. And the signs are in your face. Understand that they are using every single ounce of power that they have to take over. The fight is for your mind, people. The fight is for your soul, people. The fight is for your children's mind. The fight is for your children's soul. So when you vote wrong, you are selling your fucking kids out. You can be mad at the way I speak. You can be mad at the tone, but you cannot argue the results. I have laid out America in its last 400 years of fake shadow slavery, going into the man-made Holocaust, going all the way into the system that we are in now. We have aligned ourselves with witches, warlocks, and demons. We have to put men and women of the Most High inside of these positions, going on down to your local police officer. He must be a God-fearing man. That way, if he goes and knocks on a single woman's door, and this woman is in fear for her life, and she only called the police because she thought there was an intruder in her house, and the result that she got was a shot to her face. This is not the America that your kids are going to thrive in. This is not the America that your grandkids are going to thrive in. They're going to fight Satanists. They're going to fight demons because you wouldn't fight them. You wouldn't challenge them. You went with the status quo. I will not be quiet when it comes to these topics because I can bring the truth only through the Most High, only because he gives it to me, and then he takes away from my personal life because the devil attacks me every day. I can have a girlfriend and be in love one day. I'll come on Clubhouse and speak the truth, and this woman won't speak to me no more. You don't know what the spirit is. I'll land on that.
Bravo.
Amen. Praise the Lord, King James.
King, bravo,
Oh my
bravo.
God, please.
Bravo. Bravo. I trust and know that the Most High is absolutely speaking through you. Absolutely speaking through you. And I'm talking about the Most High.
You know, I want to say that most people think a great God is going to come from the sky and take away everything and make everybody feel high. But if you know the truth here on earth, brothers, you will seek it here on earth right now, and you are the truth, and the truth is going to set you free.
Oh, King, you know, like when you were saying about, I'm not going to go into my story too much. You know, I call the cops, I get arrested when the guy's beating the shit out of me because he has cop and military background. You know, my father's military as well. I mean, I went through fucking hell. I feel like now, maybe because I raised such an issue, maybe I'm starting to be listened to a little bit. I hope through whatever evolves from this that maybe there can be some improvements. But I couldn't even call anybody for years. And I was...
Chris, you are the change, my love.
Because of a friend of mine, a very
hath
loving
a secret
person.
fourfold name.
Oh.
It is do what thou wilt. 4 words, not one, many, or. Thou child, the name is holy, the kingdom is come,
Baby.
thy will is done. Here is the bread, here is the blood. Bring us through temptation, deliver us. That mine is thine be the crown of the kingdom, even now. Abrahadabra. These 10 words are for the name of the one. For hath a secret fourfold name.
He said he reckons you're shooting up.
Really high.
I'm not joking, bro. Don't fucking. I said it.
Hey, now, you think I'm a fucking nigga? You know me?
We have the Bastion Alley door hanger right here. Take it out here. And it is actually a
Customer states slight exhaust noise.
Oh, Hollywood used to be awesome. Wow. That was crazy programming. Now you're programmed on getting prepped. Holy shit.
Like most of your neighbors who you don't even spend time to even get a chance to know. Good people look like the people that are in and out of these rooms that are trying to find their way through this matrix that we live in. See, when you're a child, you think like a child. When you become a woman or a man, it is your job and duty to dig through into the unseen. It is not your job to stay inside of your parents' brainwashing or the system's brainwashing, because it will lead you into a path of destruction. What is happening now has happened in the past. It would behoove you to believe that your ancestors all played a part inside of this ignorance, because they were a part of a reset also, where history was wiped. See, there are people that sit in high power positions who only see the world as theirs, and the rest of us are just useless eaters. You need to understand that this has no color. It has no race. It has no religion, no denomination. This is a system that was set up because there was a perfect person that was sent down here. See, it was sent only for the people
days and then returned without having dared to cross the river, pretending that they had been betrayed by the Liturgies. Immediately after the departure, the latter joined the Verily. Caesar heard of these events in Italy, and reassured on the troubles in Rome which had been appeased by the firmness of Pompey, he took his departure from Transalpine Gaul. When he arrived on the other side of the Alps, perhaps on the banks of the Rhone, he was struck with the difficulties which lay in the way of his joining the army. If he sent for the legions into the Roman province, they would be compelled on their way to fight without him. If on the other hand he would go to them, he was obliged to pass through the populations to whom, notwithstanding their apparent tranquility, it would have been imprudent to trust his person. While Caesar found so great difficulties before him, Terrius, who had been sent by Vercingetorix to which separated the territory of the two peoples, these auxiliary troops halted for some days and then returned without having dared to cross the river, pretending that they had been betrayed by the Liturgies. Immediately after the departure, the latter joined the Verily. Caesar heard of these events in Italy, and reassured on the troubles in Rome which had been appeased by the firmness of Pompey, He took his departure from Transalpine Gaul. When he arrived on the other side of the Alps, perhaps on the banks of the Rhone, he was struck with the difficulties which lay in the way of his joining the army. If he sent for the legions into the Roman province, they would be compelled on their way to fight without him. If on the other hand he would go to them, he was obliged to pass through the populations to whom, notwithstanding their apparent tranquility, it would have been imprudent to trust his person. While Caesar found so great difficulties before him, Lucerius, who had been sent by Vercingetorix to which separated the territory of the two peoples, these auxiliary troops halted for some days and then returned without having dared to cross the river, pretending that they had been betrayed by the Bituriges. Immediately after the departure, the latter joined the Arverni. Caesar heard of these events in Italy, and reassured on the troubles in Rome which had been appeased by the firmness of Pompey, he took his departure from Transalpine Gaul. When he arrived on the other side of the Alps, perhaps on the banks of the Rhone, he was struck with the difficulties which lay in the way of his joining the army. If he sent for the legions into the Roman province, they would be compelled on their way to fight without him. If on the other hand he would go to them, he was obliged to pass through the populations to whom, notwithstanding their apparent tranquility, it would have been imprudent to trust his person. While Caesar found so great difficulties before him, Lucerius, who had been sent by Vercingetorix to which separated the territory of the two peoples, these auxiliary troops halted for some days and then returned without having dared to cross the river, pretending that they had been betrayed by the Bituriges. Immediately after the departure, the latter joined the Arverni. Caesar heard of these events in Italy, and reassured on the troubles in Rome which had been appeased by the firmness of Pompey, he took his departure from Transalpine Gaul. When he arrived on the other side of the Alps, perhaps on the banks of the Rhone, he was struck with the difficulties which lay in the way of his joining the army. If he sent for the legions into the Roman province, they would be compelled on their way to fight without him. If on the other hand he would go to them, he was obliged to pass through the populations to whom, notwithstanding their apparent tranquility, it would have been imprudent to trust his person. While Caesar found so great difficulties before him, Lucerius, who had been sent by Vercingetorix to which separated the territory of the two peoples, these auxiliary troops halted for some days and then returned without having dared to cross the river, pretending that they had been betrayed by the Bituriges. Immediately after the departure, the latter joined the Arverni. Caesar heard of these events in Italy, and reassured on the troubles in Rome which had been appeased by the firmness of Pompey, he took his departure from Transalpine Gaul. When he arrived on the other side of the Alps, perhaps on the banks of the Rhone, he was struck with the difficulties which lay in the way of his joining. Soft and hollow, how thou dost overcome the hard and full. Self to thee is the be thou the bride, thou shalt be the mother hereafter. To all impressions thus, let them not overcome thee, yet let them breed within thee. The least of the impressions come to its perfection is Pan. Receive 1,000 lovers, thou shalt bear but one child. This child shall be the heir of fate, the father. Okay, that has been a reading from the Book of Lies by Aleister Crowley. That's called Peaches. Subscribe, like, share. Subscribe right now. Soft and hollow, how thou dost overcome the hard and full. It dies, it gives itself, to thee is the fruit. Be thou the bride, thou shalt be the mother hereafter. To all impressions thus, let them not overcome thee, yet let them breed within thee. The least of the impressions come to its perfection is Pan. Receive 1,000 lovers, Thou shalt bear but one child. This child shall be the heir of fate, the father. Okay, that has been a reading from the Book of Lies by Aleister Crowley. That's called Peaches. Subscribe, like, share. Subscribe right now. Soft and hollow, how thou dost overcome the hard and full. It dies, it gives itself, to thee is the fruit. Be thou the bride, thou shalt be the mother hereafter. To all impressions thus, let them not overcome thee, yet let them breed within thee. The least of the impressions come to its perfection is Pan. Receive 1,000 lovers, thou shalt bear but one child. This child shall be the heir of fate, the father. Okay, that has been a reading from the Book of Lies by Aleister Crowley. That's called Peaches. Subscribe, like, share. Subscribe right now. Soft and hollow, how thou...
Excuse me, Cynthia, can I interrupt you and...
Thou dost overcome the hard and full. It dies, it gives itself, to thee is the fruit. Be thou the bride, thou shalt be the mother hereafter. To all impressions thus, let them not overcome thee, yet let them breed within thee. The least of the impressions come to its perfection is Pan. Receive 1,000 lovers, thou shalt bear but one child. This child shall be the heir of fate, the father. Okay, that is... You see, in there...
Yes, I studied the woman who murdered Andy Warhol. She wrote a book called Society to Cut Up Men, and I have dedicated my life to ending white structural racism as well as toxic masculinity in the workplace so women can finally have equal pay and have abortions if family members rape them. Thank you.
Good job. Good job. Where's my quality? Let me go check
Till I kill myself, I'm racist.
the American people were upset that we were.
Because it's disgusting. And here in America, we don't do that type of barbaric shit. We're 1,000 years past you. We're 1,000 years of evolution past you. We have evolved past you by 1,000 years or so.
Yeah, but
Which means you're going into the situation willing to gamble something that's offered to you from the beginning, where you're guaranteed to hit a 7. You're willing to crap out 1,000 different times, and you...
always an outfit. Right. And the builder. Right. And the builder. Right. And the builder. Right.
Say cheese.
Yoga.
Yoga. Say cheese. Say cheese.
Here's a what? Here's a what? Here's a what? Here's a what? Here's a what?
By the way, oh my God, you're saying Lincoln mobilized the military before the attack on Fort Sumter? That's a mega extremist, I think, is a slap and an insult to a conservative party that actually had some belief in Trump, and they elected the candidate based on what they felt and how that I would love to hear it. Unless you want to go somewhere else with the conversation, but that's what I was hearing. So like, is he delusional? So I need arguments as to why you're not.
Excuse me, Cynthia, this is President Trump. Can I just interrupt briefly?
Please do. Go right ahead.
I would. Hello? Oh, my bad. You know, there's that glitch where you... Is that David Bobadilla? It is David Bobadilla. Go ahead, David. I would like to relinquish my time to David Bobadilla. Go ahead, David. The floor is yours.
I'm done speaking. Just wanted to answer a question.
Oh, all right. Well, then I would like to read a poem if Augustus and King and Isis and Cynthia and Mega Pop would allow me, and Esperanza and Sky and anyone else who wants to come on stage. Please raise your hand. We'll mod you immediately. I hope that everyone will speak with grace, composure, respect, and love.
We're waiting for the poem. Please grace us.
All righty. Well, I'd like to dedicate this poem to Augustus and Stephanie. It's called Lambskin Condoms. I wrote it this morning. Cowan! Skidoo! Tire! Swear to hell! This is the mystery. Life! Mind is the traitor. Slay mind! Let the corpse of mind lie unburied on the edge of the great sea! Death! This is the mystery! Tile! Coan! Skidoo! Trump is complete. I hope I was succinct. God bless you all.
I'm sure they will have children. Augustus, please, whatever you do, if you are able and willing and ready, children are a blessing. They really, really
Wait,
are.
isn't your fiance already pregnant with your beautiful baby?
No, we're not having kids just yet, but we're waiting until we get married.
Ooh, so conservative and Republican of you, I dare say. It's a conservative thing to have children, after you're married. But Sam Ace Rothstein in the movie Casino with Joe Pesci and Sharon Stone, he made sure he had a kid before they got married. That's the test of fertility in this vaccinated world of Dr. Fauci ouchie that we live in. Oops! Is that a glitch in the Matrix?
Ain't that a glitch?
What does he say? What's that guy's name? Utopia Furopo. God, he's hilarious.
Ultra Starship.
Ultra is hilarious. I love that guy. He
Yeah.
makes me laugh like nobody else. He is very funny and very talented. I don't know what his Instagram is. Does anybody know what his Instagram is?
I think we're on Instagram, but yeah, he's a good dude.
Ultra amazing.
If there was like somebody that I would want as a DJ at my wedding, it would be Ultra. He would make it the most memorable wedding ever. Oh, he says, ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a glitch?
Hey, Andy.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Maybe it's afternoon. Wait, some of you, I guess if you're in Philly, it's afternoon.
Yeah.
Just headed to my farmer's market. I saw you had a room, Augustus. You know, I love supporting you, so here I am.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, I wanted to talk about branding and stuff, but that's just because I'm launching very soon my branding house. It's a design firm, Palante Branding House. I put the link at the top of the room. Website's under construction still, but you guys get the sneak peek into it, first dibs if you guys want us to work with you. We got an amazing team.
Augustus, I want to hire you today.
Answer your guys' questions
Augustus,
on how to get a brand to the next level.
Augustus, I want. What can $200 get me today with Palante Incorporated? Tell me straight up. What package am I going to get at $200 today if I want to work with you?
Babe, let's take cheeseburgers, $200. What are we going to give them? Cheeseburger wants to spend $200.
That would be my consulting fee for about a half hour. By the way, just throwing it out there. I mean, $200. What the hell is $200? Okay, the question wasn't directed to me, but $200? You can't even buy a half a bag of weed for $200. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, you get a half a logo.
I mean, be honest.
Bro, I'll take it and get you palm card design. Basically a handout.
No, bro, I don't want graphic design. I want videos, man. I want videos published under my name. I need a publicist. Trump needs a marketer and a publicist to help me. I'm promoting Trump. I'm working for the Trump campaign. What can the Trump campaign buy from you for $200? Tell me right now, and I'll buy it. I'll send you $200 cash in hand. Whoo!
Yo, babe, you want to do a video for him? $200.
I mean, honestly, let me pay for your very nice VIP dinner tonight. But, like, you know, when you eat that delicious New York strip and lamb chops or whatever you guys are going to do with the $200, think of me as you put those delicious morsels in your mouth. And vote Trump and go to the gym, fatties. Gotcha, bitch. It's a joke. I mean, you guys have a nice gym in your building. If you guys aren't going down there and doing reverse leg lifts or leg press or leg curls or reverse leg curls or bench press or sit-ups, use the weights. It pumps your brain up. Andy, look at Andy. Andy, can you explain to these young people what exercise has done for you in your life? Because I assume you're somebody who exercises regularly.
First of all, I walk 5 to 7 miles a day. That's what I do. And plus, I go to the gym and I lift weights 3 to 4 times a week. Because exercise, it just makes your mind right, your body right. It keeps you from not eating bullshit food. And exercise is the only answer to salvation, in my opinion. I don't know what.
Honestly, that's worth $200,000 right there. That's why I don't need to go to Chatter and get pitched on some bullshit real estate investment course or some other scam. Andy knows the truth. Andy, can you explain to these young people how you're going to vote and what the future optimism is for the young people of this country? What do they have to look forward to in terms of leadership?
First of all, let me work down the list. I'm telling you who I'm not going to vote for. Kamala Harris is the most leftist. You know, I mean, she wants to change the food pyramid, get rid of red meat. I mean, this lady is absolutely fucking crazy. Now, the most intelligent candidate on the ticket happens to be Bobby Kennedy, the one that's addressing some issues like our debt. You know, 37 trillion. He's addressing issues like, you know, child obesity and we're a chronic illness. The whole fucking country looks so unhealthy. I walk around, I see the bellies on fucking people. I can't believe they don't give a shit about that. But it's not their fault. The food is poison. If you just, you know, you think you're eating, you go to a supermarket, you buy a jar of pickles, and you think a pickle is healthy. It actually is, but not when it's packed in high fructose corn syrup. You got to look at your labels. So, but when I think about voting for him, and I've only voted for independent candidates my whole entire voting career, because I don't believe in the two-party system. I would like to see a genuine three-party system. That being said, I don't know if it's wasting my vote. So if I had a choice between voting for a Democrat or a Republican, I'm voting Trump. At least he seems to care. So that's where I'm at. I'm not too sure about, you know, voting for Trump because I really like Bobby Kennedy on pharmacy too and pharmaceuticals. You know, I'm on the same page with his vaccines and, you know, slow it down too much. We've had autism, we have peanut allergy, we have all this shit that transgender. What do you think that causes transgender? They take human embryos from vaccines. They harvest human embryos and then they make a vaccine. So can you imagine they take a baby that's a woman, a girl, going to be a girl, and they shove it into a boy? No wonder why there's so much gender confusion. I don't know. I just think that, you know, Bobby Kennedy is just dead balls accurate in some of the problems America has. However, is it another waste of vote?
So do you think Big Pharma is trying to genetically manipulate the codex of not just the population of America, but the world? Are they doing genetic evolutionary testing in the way that O'Keefe Media with Pfizer?
Let me answer that question this way. Why is it called the Food and Drug Administration? What the fuck does food and drugs have in common? So they give you the poison food, and then they give you the drug to help solve the poison they're giving you. So I never understood that food and drugs.
Andy, I hate to interrupt everybody, but this room is sponsored by Pfizer, and additionally, Trump is now offering hot dogs at $1.99 a hot dog. Everybody, that comes with relish, pickles, mustard, ketchup, and a giant pickle on top of this fucking relish. Vote Trump and go to the gym, fatties, and if I die in an assassination attempt, vote Kennedy and free America! Fight, 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 fight!
Shout out to you, Andy. You be on fire, man. I missed you.
So I posted in the chat a little bit ago in relation to some of this autism and diet stuff. There's an incredible thing called the GAPS diet where people have been able to cure autism simply by healing the gut biome and ADD and ADHD and depression. It's incredible. And I have to say, yeah, the food and drug thing, like I've started not eating sugar, and let me tell you, going to the fucking grocery store is like foraging because it's like maybe there is food without sugar today, maybe there's not, I don't know. And like I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but at least where I live, the fruits and vegetables are shit. Like every grocery store,
only 1% of all food products at your local Kroger grocery store is available for consumption. Only 1 out of every 100 items is even fit for consumption.
Yeah,
it's a sad thing. Do me a favor. Let him get back to that point. Go back to that point you were making about the fruits and the
I'm sorry, I'm a Trump ChatGPT word summary. 20,000 pages summarized in one sentence.
I know, I'm honored to be with you, Mr. Trump. Anyway, it's as though the employees are not aware that rotting fruit is not something to buy. Like, I go to grab a pear and my thumb goes through it. I go to get tomatoes and the tomatoes are already shit. And next to the tomatoes is a plastic little fake fruit with preservative, like the shit you find in a packet that says "Don't eat this." They keep it, and this is at an organic food store.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry.
Oh my God! No! Oh no, Trump.
Sky, let me ask you a question. Is that how you pronounce your name? SKAI?
Yeah.
Oh, I did good. That's great. Let me ask you a question, Sky. On that note, because I noticed that what you're saying is right, spot on. I don't really eat meat. Like I don't do meat, pork, red meat, whatever. But my son does. So I said, let me just see if I could pick up a couple of burger patties. So I'm looking and I'm reading, and every package that I'm reading, it's saying something that I never read before back in the days when I used to go food shopping many, many years ago and buy meat, and I used to cook meat. It says such and such and such, and there may be bacteria in the food. So if you experience this vomiting, I was like, yo, what the devil? So in other words, I was shocked on every meat package. I'm like, what do they mean? But you know what? They're telling you right in your face. If you're reading it, right? And I was just dropping the meat like, oh my God, I can't.
I only get low. Sorry, go ahead, Nate.
Just one real quick. I eat meat at every meal. The meat it gets a bad rap. I don't understand it. Go to your Facebook. I'm on a group called Carnivore Diet.
But Andy, tell these people that exercise is even more important. You gotta hit the gym, ladies and gentlemen.
Andy, can you share the link in the chat? Because I don't eat meat, but I don't mind buying, something here and there.
You gotta get grass fed.
You gotta lift weights.
It's the healthiest. We are meat. How can meat be bad? It's crazy.
Andy, tell them about the riddle of steel.
Or is it meat? Meat is one of the most healthiest foods.
Meat and steel and meat.
So you're saying grass-fed?
Grass-fed, organic meat.
See, I don't think that meat is the healthiest food. I think you're putting dead things into something that is alive, and therefore it doesn't have enough
cornucopia! The pilgrims!
The soil, they don't crop rotate,
and therefore it is not dead, and therefore it is allowed to go
variety and variables. Variables and varieties.
Alright, so I can...
Do me a favor real quick. One mic on Andy real fast. Andy, finish with that part.
Listen, everybody thinks fruits and vegetables are the answer, and maybe it was at one time, but they don't crop rotate. The minerals of the soil have been depleted. They use pesticides to grow vegetables, and a lot of vegetables don't grow naturally. When you want to eat fruits, go eat wild berries, eat blueberries, blackberries, because they actually are real fruit, come from a real plant. What the fuck is a broccoli? It's some man-made thing that doesn't grow wild. My diet consists of I don't eat potatoes.
Bro,
I'm just telling you. Listen, I'll be 65 in late August. I don't take no blood pressure.